Vanessa, thank you so much for joining us here today.
You're very welcome. It's my pleasure.
We just jumped right on here because I was just about to ask you offline how you've been feeling after your, I don't even know how you went through everything you went through. Are you willing to share that story here today?
Sure.
I really want our listeners to understand just exactly what can happen. And your story is just mind blowing. So I'm just going to sit back and
yeah, it's a
this
long
is
one.
a bit of a heck of a story. So,
so I got pregnant with twins, and at 8 weeks I had a hematoma in my uterus, so I was placed on bed rest. I then had hyperemesis, which I was hospitalized for. I passed out at H&M and ended up having a bunch of heart studies done. When I finally was able to kind of get up and move again, I was put on complete bed rest in the hospital, and I was in labor at 20 weeks. So I had to have a cerclage, which is when they sew your cervix shut in order to try and hold the babies in. So I was on bed rest with my head below my feet, basically, for months. I wasn't allowed to get up to do anything. So
for months. I mean, people need to understand the scope of that. Like, you are upside down for months.
Yeah. So I had so many issues that have come from that alone. Like, I have shortness of breath if I'm walking. I have neuropathy in my legs. I have really bad GERD, acid reflux. I had really, really terrible migraines. So then I managed to keep my babies in for a long time, yay. And I got preeclampsia, so I had to deliver. And I had a really horrific delivery. Basically, one of them was vaginal and one was a C-section. And they ended up spraining my pelvis with the forceps.
On top of it, to knock it all off, right? Like, it's not bad enough.
Yeah, so I was really like just unable to walk. I couldn't walk for a long time. I had a walker trying to care for my newborns, and that's my story.
That is, like, it's mind-blowing. When you told me that, I was actually driving, and like, I remember, like, a crystal clear, I'm driving and I'm like listening to all of this. I couldn't even imagine that someone could go through all of that for a pregnancy. My God.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
Including me. Yeah, especially with the twins and the fertility and everything now, and people having babies later. So I'm not the only one, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so when we met and you called, who told you about the program? How did you hear about us?
I saw Sophie, actually.
Sophie,
on
okay.
Facebook, and I was amazed by her results. But I didn't really understand. I didn't understand the program, and I was kind of just watching on the sidelines, and I just decided to start typing, and like, I couldn't even take another breath. I just had to do it, and I did. And then next thing you know, I was on the phone with you, and I was bawling my face off because I realized that it was finally time for me. I couldn't believe it.
I could hear you. I was connecting with you on that call. I was listening to your story, and, you know, some people know that we have a challenge aspect to our transformations, and you can kind of go for free and all this kind of stuff, which is completely doable. But in your case, I said, you're not allowed to go for free. No. We just want you to focus on, you know, I need you to work at the baby steps that your body will allow you to do. I don't want you to think about weight loss. I don't want you to think about doing anything beyond what you can do in any given moment. So you started, I want to hear that story. I want to hear how this program is working for you.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even realize how much impact this program would have on me. I kind of just decided I needed to do something, and I saw results from somebody that I knew, and so I jumped in, just kind of hoping to grasp at anything and get a little bit of change within myself because I wasn't in a good place physically. I wasn't in a good place emotionally. I wasn't taking care of myself. I was letting myself go. I thought I was eating healthy, but you know, my habits were bad. You know, eating bad food every now and then, like treats and all that stuff, wasn't my problem. It was my habits every day that I didn't even know I had. And those were the problem. And so joining this program, the nutrition has blown my mind alone, never mind everything else. I have changed my nutrition 110% completely. And I felt it almost instantly.
Wow.
It was so easy. I couldn't,
Wow.
and I am like a crazy sugar fanatic. I am an emotional eater. I will sit and eat a whole pot of Haagen-Dazs in my bed at night watching Maid of Honor.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't even miss it. It's just almost easy. I can't believe it.
Amazing. So, I guess my next question is because you were bedridden for so long and you were in the hospital for so long, what happened when you tried the fitness? Because I know a lot of people with problems, with injuries, with illnesses, they're most afraid about moving and working their bodies, not knowing what their limitations are. So, talk to us about that.
I was really afraid to start exercising because I didn't want to end up further injuring myself and not being able to even, change a diaper without having help. So I was trying on my own. I started taking little walks and I started doing a little bit of elliptical, which I wouldn't even last 5 minutes on with my shortness of breath, never mind my injury. Being with you, I've been keeping up in the classes. I've been doing a lot of modifications, but I don't feel like it's less of a class because I'm doing the modifications. I'm still pushing my body in a controlled setting, and I'm not feeling my pelvis at all.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's a combination of nutrition with the inflammation, as well as the stretching and the exercise.
What are your favorite classes?
I really like the step classes. I actually just got my step the other day.
Yeah.
I like the booty boot camp.
Yeah.
I do a lot of that. I do virtual classes now, and I also do a lot of the recordings. If the virtuals don't work for me on a certain day, I need to get it in anyway. So the recordings are awesome. You even do the modifications on the recordings. And now that I've done some classes with you, I know which modifications I can do instead of the exercises that you're doing. So
when you first joined, you knew you were going to start working on your fitness and nutrition. What didn't you expect? Like when you came in here, like what else did you find that you weren't expecting?
A community. It's like the people in the community cheering you on, keeping you accountable, which I've always needed, and I never even knew I needed. And just, being there to talk to and just to say, whether I'm having a good day or a bad day. And there's just so much support in here. I can't even believe it. These are friends that I never even knew I had. And I wouldn't even know that I have things in common with some of the people in the group, but I do. And it's awesome.
They're precious people in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So if you came across your friend on the street and she was like, oh my gosh, you're out of bed, first of all, right? What would you tell her about this program?
This program is honestly life-changing, and you don't even know it coming through the doors. You kind of just have to hold your breath and jump in. And then you are going to learn so much about your body, so much about what's working and what's not working for you, with sleep, with nutrition, with physical activity. There's so much accountability It's insane. I can't even believe it. I have to send the good pictures and the bad. But the bad have decreased a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's honestly the education. It's the habits that are created through the program. I don't even think about the things that I'm doing anymore. And it's only been 5 weeks.
Amazing. How is your family adapting to this? Like, what's your husband saying?
He really likes it because I'm a ball of energy. I have so much energy that I didn't have before. I have so much more confidence in myself. My time management is 110% improved. So I'm able to do more with my day, and that means more with his day. The eating habits are, he wants to put weight on, so
Okay.
he has a little bit of a different regimen than I do, but he's eating healthier without knowing. There's not a lot of processed food in the house, so he has to find his way through the healthy foods that I'm bringing into the house.
And
I'm also
go ahead.
Sorry. My babies have started eating food also now.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah.
They are, well, I've always given them organic puree that I've made, but I've made a lot more of it now that I have more time. And even with the meats now, like they're starting meat slowly, and I'm only introducing Ferme Valin as of right now, which is it's a company that I know is organic, and that not a lot of cruelty on the farm. The animals roam free, no pesticides, no antibiotics, and I know what's going into my babies' mouths.
Have you been out to visit the farm?
Not yet.
Yeah.
I'd love to.
They do tours. I took my group out many years ago. It's probably 5 or 6 years ago now. We did a tour of the farm, met the families, saw the facilities, and I know they've grown since then. But yeah, definitely a nice family-run farm and facility. I have an aunt. Hello, aunt. I've
spoken to Louise a lot, and I really like her. It's like a family. It's very family-oriented, like you said.
Yeah. It's you instantly feel that. We met the husband and wife that were kind of managing the chickens and a few of the cattle. Well, they have the beef. Anyways, I won't get into they're nice people. Period. They're nice people.
Agree from what I know.
Agreed. Yeah. Vanessa, you're a spark, so we don't have your official results, even though you didn't go for the challenge. We're just excited that you've continued on with us. So, it's all very exciting. I want to thank you so much for sharing your story with us today, because it gives people who have a story like yours that inspiration to say, well, if she can do it, I can do it. And so many people use their physical limitations as that reason why either it's fear, or it becomes that crutch, or it becomes that reason why they won't take action and just make a change for themselves. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I just want to throw out there that I've learned that I am not my physical limitations. I can surpass those in different ways, and I'm not going to further injure myself. It's a controlled setting, but that is not who I am. It's something that I'm living with for now.
Yeah, I go on that conversation that we had because I could hear the weakness in your voice at that conversation, and your voice is so much stronger now. And I know how bad you wanted it. I know that you were so sick of where you were, and you said, I don't care if I can, just move my arm up and down. I have to do something to fix that. And not a lot of people have that courage. They don't have that guts. So I just really wanted to let you know I'm super duper proud of you. And thank you so much for joining us here today. I really appreciate it.
You're so welcome.
Have yourself an amazing day, girly.
You too.
High five with the butt slap. Bye.